Ever have violent urges? I mean, it doesn't mean you're crazy, it means you're human. And I guess that would depend on how strong the urges are. I mean, I'm not an expert. You're probably normal. Violence, it seems, is part of our culture. Probably because it's a strong trait in our species. I mean, that's how we evolved, hitting each other with rocks and M16s. Even if you're a complete pacifist and abhor violence, you've probably indulged in it from time to time. I mean, me for example, I like video games where the main thing that you do is just kill stuff. I mean, I like a good story with proper progression and character development, dramatic tension, maybe a sex scene that somebody walks in and they're like, "What are you watching?" And you're like, "This is just a normal movie, you just walked in at a weird time." And then they're like, "Sure." So here I am back at the Slouch Couch with a list of my favorite killin' stuff games. These are games that I'll play for 20 minutes at a time to get rid of some stress. Horde modes, free modes. If the game keeps score of the carnage, even better. But it has to be playable with a controller, or at least on the couch. I'm flexible. But since there are only 5 games in this list, I'm gonna go ahead and rank them in ascending order, with my favorite going at the end. Here we go.
The typing of the dead. Overkill.
Okay, I'm a huge nerd because sometimes my idea of blowing off steam involves me improving my typing. I'm also cheating a little bit because you can't play this game with a controller. But I just put my keyboard on my lap and it works. Just find a comfortable position and rack up some WPMs. If you keep typing fast enough, you'll stun the zombies while you finish them off. But fumble enough times and you'll get hit. If you go long enough without getting hit, you can start building a kill streak. My favorite thing about this game is trying to keep these combos going. If you keep it going long enough, you'll make it all the way to Gorgasm! Oh man, I'm doing pretty good. I just have to... Shit! Oh man. Even though the cutscenes are... I don't want to say bad.
Fuck! How do you say that shit without moving your lips? Gee, you see this shit?
Okay, maybe I do. I still love chasing down kill streaks and high scores. Next game. This one takes me back. Let me make this clear though, Dead Rising 2 does not qualify for this list because it's lacking the one thing that kept me playing off the record. Sandbox mode. In Off the Record, you can pick any profile and just fuck around for as long as you like. The experience and levels even carry over from story mode to sandbox mode. There are secrets to find and all the zombies you can massacre. And bosses are randomly scattered throughout the world, which you can fight at your leisure for PP. I guess that means progress points? Well, if you collect enough PP, you gain levels which reward you with things like extra inventory space, health, and special moves. There are also special challenges that you can complete, and usually they involve lots of exposition and backstory, and just kidding, they involve killing zombies! And you unlock more of them by killing more zombies! Maybe it's the completionist in me, but back when I got this game, I got hooked on trying to gold star all the events. Also, I just love to collect all the most powerful weapons, like the machete and push broom make this awesome glaive. Boxing gloves and a Bowie knife make these goofy Wolverine gauntlets. Jewels and a flashlight make a freaking lightsaber? Yes, please. The thing that got me hooked on Shadow of Mordor was the amazing enemy hierarchy system. You have a screen that shows you the enemy captains, and in the beginning it's only filled with silhouettes, but you can brain probe Uruks to discover captains' identities. As you uncover more intel, you can see who follows who, and naturally who you'll have to kill or brainwash to gain the advantage over them. Oh, and the brain probing sequence is incredibly badass. This is an incredibly involved system and definitely the coolest thing about this game, so it's only natural there's a mode that centers around this system. That's right, the only thing to focus on is wreaking havoc on the Uruks of Mordor. You're free to gain intel, find the most vulnerable war chief, brainwash his bodyguards into turning on him, and then show up at the last minute to cut his fucking head off. You can even choose different challenge modes, and naturally there's a hardcore mode where you aren't allowed to die. Have fun. Want a game where all you do is kill shit? Killing Floor. Want crazy awesome butt metal? Killing Floor. Classes, leveling, weapon progression, Killing Floor. Some of you may remember my first video that wasn't a Let's Play. It was a beginner's guide to Killing Floor 2, so I consider myself a bit of an enthusiast. Let me just say that Tripwire nailed it, so to speak. I consider myself a metalhead, and while this genre of metal isn't what I typically listen to otherwise, it fits Killing Floor's grimy, blood-soaked atmosphere perfectly. Also, I bought the soundtrack. The guns look good, sound good, and feel powerful to use. The enemies look amazing and threatening, and it's just fun to pick up and play a game while you wait for the coffee to brew, you know? This one is an FPS, so I play it with a mouse and keyboard. Like this. But you can play with a controller as well, and it works just fine. You just might not want to play on Suicidal or Hell on Earth without a keyboard and mouse. Just saying. This segment is brought to you by the number 720 and the letter P. I really need to be careful here because I could talk about Star Citizen until the proverbial cows come home. Let's put all of the hype aside and look at what we have. As of the making of this video, we don't have Squadron 42 or the Persistent Universe module. However, Star Citizen isn't going on the list. Arena Commander gets the number 1 slot, and I'll tell you why. I've played so much Vanduul Swarm that I've completely lost track of how much I've played of it. I pledged for the game back in 2012, and since then I've upgraded my pledge to the luxurious and speedy 325A. And I'm stopping there. If I pledged for every ship that I wanted, I would have every ship and no money. If you want to support the game, then support the game. I just want to have something to work for once the game is actually out. See, I'm only about a minute into the segment and I'm already on a huge tangent. So Arena Commander's been out for about a year, and since then I've played every major patch, including the most recent one, which totally changed the way ships handle. They actually feel like they have weight now, and there's this beautiful sound when you boost. Every once in a while, a big patch will come out that'll make some drastic change, and it's always for the awesome. I remember when we first got lead indicators for weapons, I must have played Vanduul Swarm like 3 times in a row that day. Oh, sorry, I'm on a tangent again. If you don't follow Star Citizen, let me peel back the hype and show you what we actually can play right now. Arena Commander is a game within the game Star Citizen, which you access through a simulation pod in your hangar. The game modes you can play are Vanduul Swarm, aka Horde Mode, Racing, and Free Flight. There are online variants to each of these in addition to online dogfighting. But considering that people can buy ships for real money right now, you can't really help but feel poor when you get fragged by a Super Hornet. Especially if you're flying the starter ship. But regardless, Vanduul Swarm remains one of my favorite ways to blow off steam. We're playing an unfinished game though, which means optimization comes last, so sometimes a patch will kill my performance and I have to turn the res down to 720p just to hit 30 FPS. Are you noticing a theme? My computer is not good. If you have a good computer though, play Arena Commander and get hyped for Star Citizen. Just check the recommended specs before you pledge. Like I said earlier, I enjoy good story mode, but depending on what kind of mood I'm in, I also like games that let you kind of forego the story and just get down to brass tacks. I mean, everybody needs a way to vent, and though people are probably peaceful for the most part, everybody still has that primal urge that makes them want to watch a movie like Saw or play a game like GTA. I mean, it's better if you consider the alternative, which people sometimes express those tendencies by doing things that get them put in jail or an institution. So I guess that's it for... What? Ride home? Are you, like, in my head?
I need to pick up a few things from the 7-Eleven.
Seriously?
Let me just plug my rap signal.
Fuck off! Oh, God. Oh, yeah. I have to do an end card. I'm still not great at these. Give me a sec. What about a lavender, I guess? Sure. Well, let's just put a little yellow smiley here. There. There we go. Like, thank you for watching my video, guys. So how about click over here for another video, and then click over here to subscribe. Yeah, that looks pretty good. I think I'll sign that. Alright, not too shabby. Thank you for watching my video, and have a lovely day.